today we're going to be doing a creative Valentine's Day inspired look. Hey friends, it's Safai Kelly here with you today, your beauty bestie, and we're also going to walk through the removal process at the end, so stay tuned. With that being said, let's get started. I'm so excited to dive into this look with you today, but before we put any makeup on our face, it's so important to prep the skin. So for primer today, I will be using the Too Faced Plump and Prime Priming Serum. I'm going to apply this all over the face. I really love using this as a primer because it feels like I'm doing skincare and prepping the skin for makeup all in one, and it feels really great on the skin. You don't want to skip this step if you want to make sure that your makeup lasts all day. Before I go in with foundation, I want to give the primer some time to settle in and kind of set on the face. So I'm going to go ahead and carve out underneath my brows and prep my eyelids for eyeshadow later on. To do that, I will be using my concealer to go ahead and get my eyes prepped. I'm going to use a concealer brush to define underneath my eyes and apply the concealer all over my lids, and then use a sponge to blend everything out. Now that we have our eyes prepped for eyeshadow later on, it's time to go ahead and dive into foundation. For foundation today, I'm taking one of my all-time faves, and it is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I really do love this foundation. It is such a true match sort of foundation, and it dries down to a skin finish. It's not too matte, not too dewy, just how I like it. So if you haven't tried this foundation, definitely give it a go. I happen to be in the shade Spiced Rum. I'm going to apply this foundation all over the face first before blending out with a brush. So now that our foundation is on and the skin is just looking so flawless, so perfect, it's time to add some warmth back into the skin. So I'm taking a cream contour, and this is from Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Chestnut. I like to use a cream bronzer because it's so easy to work into the skin. It blends out beautifully and it looks so natural. I'm going to apply this to the perimeters of my face with a brush. The next step in my face routine is to add some brightness back into the face, and to do that I'm going to be using concealer. I'll be using the Faux Filter Concealer from Huda Beauty in the shade Brittle. I'm going to go ahead and apply this underneath my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, a little bit on my forehead, on my upper lip, and also on my chin. I'm going to go ahead and blend this out with a sponge, but I will be working between a sponge and a brush so I can really get the ultimate and seamless blend. Now it's time to set everything in place, and I will be using the loose setting powder from Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Deep Peach. I'm going to go ahead and use a smaller brush to target the small areas first to set, and then I'll be using a big loose fluffy brush to sweep the powder over the rest of the face so that we set everything. This is the perfect canvas. Now it's time to move on to eyes, so let's get started. It's going to be lots of fun. So let's get into this creative Valentine's Day inspired look. For eyes today, I will be starting off with the Moira My Sweetest Thing Smoothie Series palette. The first shade I'm taking is Love Is All. It's a beautiful red shade. I'm taking a nice fluffy brush and working that into my crease. I'll also be using Love Is All along the lower lash line. To add some depth to this look, I will be taking the Berries palette from Juvia's Place and using the deepest plum shade. I'll be using a smaller fluffy brush to add some depth to the outer crease of my eye. To go ahead and cut my crease, I will be using the Faux Filter Concealer from Huda Beauty in the shade Brittle. Pro tip for cutting your crease is when you look into the mirror, you see your natural crease. You want to go ahead and cut above your natural crease so that you can see the cut crease makeup when your eye is open. I like to use a brush with no product on it to pick up excess product from the cut crease and blend out any harsh lines. To go ahead and fill in this cut crease, I will be taking the shade Surprise, and it's a beautiful light pink shade. I'm going to go ahead and just pack this in the inner portion of the cut crease. For the outer portion of the cut crease, I'm going to use the shade Awe. So now that the eyes are almost done, we have some really fun stuff, but before we dive into that, I'm going to line my eyes with the Haus Labs liquid liner. Now to go ahead and prep my eyelashes for falsies, I'm going to go ahead and use the Better Than Sex mascara from Too Faced and coat my top and bottom lashes. The only drama I like is drama on the eyes. I'm taking the Lala Lashes by the MUA Lash, and we're going to place this as close as possible to our natural lash line and then press them together with tweezers. We could leave it here, but why? We're going to get into the very creative part, and we're going to add some hearts. Because it's Valentine's Day inspired, of course. Now it's time for the really fun part. I'm going to be doing some hearts on the eyes, and I'm using water activated colors to go ahead and do so. I'm mixing white and pink to get a light pink, and we're going to do some hearts. To get even more creative, I'm gonna go ahead and add some small gemstones around the hearts. I'm gonna take my lash glue and place dots where I want the gemstones to be, and then I'm gonna put the gemstones right on top of those dots. Now it's time to add some color back into the face, and we're gonna do some really fun blush. For blush today, I'm doing the Ashunta Sheriff Beauty Unicorn 2 Blush Contour and Highlight Palette. I'll be taking the red shade in this palette with a brush, and I'll be working that on my temples first. We're gonna be going for an ombre sort of blush. While this looks great, I'm gonna take the bright pink in this palette and work that on my cheeks. Now it's time for lips, and for lips today I will be taking the lip pencil in the shade Straight Talk. I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips and sort of shade them in a little bit. For lip gloss, I'll be taking the Seis Cosmetic gloss in the shade Brave. I'm gonna apply this all over the lips and blend it in really well. This is the perfect shade of pink. It's not too bright, it's not too dull, it's just right because we have so much going on the eyes. Alright you guys, so here's a completed look. Can I just say I am obsessed, okay? I mean, I am cuter than Cupid. I honestly love the hearts, I love the rhinestones that we added. It is just like the perfect creative Valentine's Day inspired look that we have today. But now that we have all of this makeup on, it's definitely time to take it off. So here is the process of how I remove creative makeup. So the first thing you want to do is, if your hair is in the way, go ahead and pin that back and get it out of the way. The next thing you want to go ahead and do is remove your eyelashes if you're wearing falsies and the gems. Now that we've removed the drama, it's time to go ahead and take off the face we just did. So to go ahead and remove this makeup, I'm going to take one of my favorite things, and it is the makeup eraser. That way I don't have to go through my makeup wipes. Simply just wet the makeup eraser and then you are ready to go ahead and take off your makeup. There are two sides, one side that has lower microfibers and the other side has longer microfibers, but either side will work and get the job done. I honestly don't think removing makeup has been any easier than that. Like, I am done and ready to go. Now you can double cleanse if you need to, apply any serums, moisturizers that you need, and continue your skincare routine. But this is the removal process that I do to go ahead and remove my creative makeup. And there you have it. I had such a wonderful time showing you how to achieve a Valentine's Day inspired makeup look, and then also going through the removal process. I want to thank you so much for watching today's video, and be sure to click the link down below to download the Sune app. I'll see you soon. Happy Valentine's Day. Bye.